Greetings, everyone. Peace and blessing, kings and queens, gods and goddesses. Welcome back to the Urban Bread podcast, Birth of a Nation. I wanted to speak with you all tonight about a topic that I feel that a lot of us have a problem with sometime, and that topic is self-sabotage. As far as self-sabotage, I want you to really be mindful and be aware of some of the old habits that you have that can hinder you from certain things, as far as it being like a new relationship or a work partnership, and any type of platonic relationship or family dynamic. We have to remember to treat everyone with a clean slate, like give everyone a fair chance. Like you can't be bringing some of your old baggage into your new relationships or your work relationships, even your friendships, and vice versa, because when you hold on to some of that stuff and you don't give the next person a fair chance, then you really could self-sabotage and mess up something that was really meant to be your blessing. Like we all keep praying for certain things and we want certain things to happen in our life, but we so busy holding on to the past and the spilled cups that we don't leave room for the new to enter. So you have to start clearing those energies out. You have to start just really being mindful of some of the things that you still hold on to, and some of the things that you do maybe that you are not aware of doing. So I don't want none of us to miss out on our blessings, because if you want something new and you want to attract something new, and like I always say, the desires of your heart, then you have to learn to get rid of the negative thinking. You have to learn to, reprogram your mind. You have to be renewed by the transforming of your mind. And you need to know that anytime you don't give a person a fair chance, or if you coming in with that extra baggage, you blocking your own blessings, really. So the way you go about doing that is you have to do a cleanse with yourself. You have to do a cleansing of the energies. You have to maybe take a spiritual bath sometime, or maybe just take a deeper dive into yourself and heal. Because the only way you are going around saying, like, for instance, I hear people say all the time, oh, I don't trust no man, or I don't trust no woman. Well, I don't understand how you expect to have a person in your life, maybe that God sent you or the Spirit sent you, for you to trust, if you keep saying that. You understand what I'm saying? It's kind of like you're throwing that negative energy out into the universe. When you go around saying, I don't trust no man, I don't trust no woman, then that's more than likely what you're going to get. You're going to attract the thing that you don't want, because that's the thing that you harp on the most, and that's the thing that you think about the most. So 9 times out of 10, you're going to attract a person that you can't trust. You're going to attract a male that you can't trust, or you're going to attract a female that you can't trust. So all of that goes back into healing yourself, healing those past traumas and healing that inner child. Because if you're not totally and fully healed, then you're going to attract the exact thing that you don't want, or maybe the exact thing that broke you the first time, second time, or the third time. I want people to think about, even when you go into friendships, stop thinking that, there's nobody out there that you can trust, because at some point in time, you're going to have to trust somebody. Yes, of course, trust yourself more than anything. And that goes with trusting your own intuition, not gaslighting your own intuition, and not letting nobody else gaslight you. But start giving people a clean slate and a fair chance, because you cannot expect to attract the thing that you really desire, which is a trustworthy individual, trustworthy person, relationship, or whatever, if you keep going around saying you don't trust nobody. And the main reason you're saying that is because you haven't healed. You haven't healed certain things, maybe from your past relationships or situationships, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the childhood traumas, that we all face growing up, especially in the Black families. So I just want everybody to start working on it, when you, waiting on that relationship to come in or whatever. Because I know a lot of y'all, when y'all hit me last time about doing a love reading, I know a lot of y'all were wondering, when are you going to attract that mate, or that perfect mate. I'm not going to say perfect, because nobody's perfect, but when are you going to attract someone that's in alignment with you? Well, first of all, you have to bring your own energy into alignment. You have to balance out your masculine and your feminine. I said before, you can't be too far in your feminine and you can't be too far into your masculine. There has to be a balance, and you have to come into alignment. That way you will be aligned with the right person. You will be aligned with someone who is like-minded and evenly yoked. So start giving people a fair chance. Stop just messing up things just because of the things you went through in your past. Sometimes we really can be our own worst enemy. And stop thinking that you're not good enough for certain things. And also, like I said before, when you have to start cutting the cord attachments on some of those things that not bringing you to your highest self or your highest good. If you're wondering why you still just really being stuck and stagnant and you're not really attracting the type of relationships or the love that you want, you have to clear out some of that negative toxic energy that's around you. And a lot of times it's a lot of toxic negative energy in ourselves. And the reason that is because you're still holding on to stuff. You're still holding on to things that hurt you maybe 5-10 years ago. You still holding on to things that maybe your mom and dad did, your sister and brother, your cousin, how they be, your best friends or whatever. You cannot expect to come in alignment to the things that you truly desire if you still holding on to certain things like that. You really are blocking your own blessings, And a lot of times we want that perfect person maybe in our eyes, like to come towards us or whatever, but you have to take a deeper dive into self and think about either what it is that's making you attract the same type of person, because it's something that's in you. You are mirroring exactly the same type of energy that you throw out there. And it took me a while to realize that. And when I say by mirroring, if it's some things in you that still broken, that hasn't healed, 9 times out of 10, you're going to attract a person that is equally as broken, if not more. And both of y'all are going to be moving off of hurt. So the saying when it said hurt people, that's exactly what happens. 2 people have to already be healed, and in order to come into alignment, in order to really get the relationship that they desire, and in order for it to prosper, it has to be reciprocal, right? It can't be one person putting in more than the other. So we have to learn to get out of our own way. Sometimes it says, shh, be quiet or be still. God is trying to tell you something. Well, God, the spirit, they're trying to tell you something, trying to show you something. When you mirror things back to you, you understand what I'm saying? Like, the things that come to you is basically the things that you're attracting, because obviously it's some of that's in you. Like if you attracted a negative person or a person that always argue, 9 times out of 10, you're the same way, And if you're not, then you have to know when to cut that cord, because we're all on different timelines. And yes, some people heal faster than others, right? And it's called growth. And a lot of times it comes with age and wisdom. And a lot of times it just comes from people being sick and tired of being sick and tired. So if you know that you are tired of being sick and tired, then it's time for you to do a self-check and get out of your own way. Even when it comes to jobs and finances, a lot of us talk ourselves out of things. Like you have the battle lost in your mind before you even try to fight it. You go for this job or this job interview, and before you even get there, you're already saying, well, they're not going to give me the job. I don't think they're going to give me the job. Or you listen to somebody else tell you, that they're not going to give you the job, or you're not qualified or whatever. For one, stop gaslighting yourself. And for 2, stop listening to people that are just really kind of going nowhere fast. People have a whole lot to tell you and how to live your life and try to tell you the decisions that you're supposed to make when they ain't really doing shit themselves, right? So you got to know to have your own mind and stop listening to people that don't want to see you succeed. The saying when they say they want you to do good until good is better than them, right? You can help somebody else sabotage you. You know why? Because you start believing into the things that they tell you. Stop letting people speak over you and speak over your life, and stop accepting the things that people say and speak over you. If you don't receive that stuff and you don't accept it and receive it in your spirit, then it can't get in there. Then it can't have power over you. So start learning how to speak over yourself and start learning how to pray over yourself. You have the knowledge and the wisdom, the understanding. If you have the passion, I know if you tap into your spirit side, then you can speak things into existence, and you can speak things over yourself, and make sure that you speak affirmations that are positive, and make sure that your affirmations are goal oriented and things that you see yourself doing. You know how they say, if you build it, it will come. You have to actually envision yourself and see yourself doing certain things. That way it could soak down into your mental. That way it could get into your spirit, because out of the mouth, the heart speaks, right? So if you believe in your heart and your spirit and your soul that I can do this and I will accomplish this, then that's exactly what it's going to be. That's exactly what you're going to do. So learn how to start speaking over yourself and know that your thoughts, words, and emotions have power and they have vibrations, and it reaches a certain frequency, right? As far as you as far as you elevating and you ascending, right? So the heavens will open up for you. Your prayers and your thoughts and your words will reach the heavens, will reach God, but you have to believe it. You have to have faith and put faith behind everything that you do. You cannot go into no battle already feeling defeated. So when you go for that job interview or that promotion or whatever, I want you to stop psyching yourself out. Stop talking yourself out of certain things, okay? Stop losing the battle before you even try to fight it. When you wake up in the morning and you have an interview or something, you need to hit the ground running. You need to know already that I already got this job. Ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing, okay? Stop listening to the naysayers. Stop listening to the backstabbers and the backbiters and the people that don't want to see you do better than them, okay? Because you already know a lot of times we are dealing with them, how they say, them crab in a bucket ass motherfuckers, niggas, whatever, And you need to stop feeding into that energy, okay? Get that devil energy from around you. I don't care if you have to pray on it. I don't care if you have to light your sage and go around your house or bless your house. I don't care if you use holy oil or whatever it is that you use, but you need to tap into your spirit side, right? And you need to clear some of those negative energies. That way you can clear that negative thinking and get rid of that stinking thinking. I tell people all the time that whatever controls the mind, control the man. So just remember, he that controls the mind, control the man. So you want to always be in control of your own thoughts. That way you will be moving, off of your own intuition, and you won't base your intuition off of nobody else, because other people and people that carry that toxic, negative, or jealous energy, they will plant doubt in your head, right? And some people even feed off of that. Like I said, they will help you sabotage certain things, certain jobs, certain relationships, whether it's friendships, whether it's family. And another thing, when you're dealing with family, stop letting outside people get into the mix of what you have going on with your family. I don't care if it's your sisters, your brothers, your cousins, your mother, especially your husband, and in the married house. Stop letting outside people help sabotage your shit, okay? And if you know that you're doing a very fine job of self-sabotaging yourself, then there's some things that you need to change. For one, stop listening to everybody else. For two, start learning how to pray on it. Start asking the Most High, Mother and Father. Start asking God. I don't care if you say Jesus. I don't care if you the ancestors, the angels, your spiritual team. You need to start tapping in spiritually, okay? Because this whole universe, this whole world, it runs off of magic, vibrations, frequencies, okay? Thoughts, okay? Get out of the illusions, get out of the matrix, start speaking over yourself, start speaking things into existence. If you have to, start writing things down, but get in the practice of just speaking over yourself and speaking your affirmations. Even if you have to speak them at night, recite them or say them at night before you go to bed, wake up in the morning, and say them again. I have to get back in the practice, of doing my affirmations. And even if you do like your spiritual rituals or whatever, like I like my candles, I write my affirmations on my candles, and as far as the affirmation, I write things like, I am strong, I am powerful, I am abundance is all around me, I am chosen, I am spiritual, I am protected. Start writing your goals, start writing your affirmations, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, and don't let nobody talk you out of it, and don't talk yourself out of it, because sometimes we do a good job of doing that. You have to be mindful of the things that you say to yourself, because if you are speaking negative to yourself, and if you're thinking and having negative thoughts about yourself, then you are going to stay stuck and stagnant. You're not going to go nowhere. You're not going to be able to manifest nothing. You probably won't really prosper because you're speaking pretty much death to your own situation. Anytime you think negative over yourself and over your situation or over your finances, then you are definitely bringing death to that finance, or death to that relationship, or death to that, your financial situation or status. So just learn how to reprogram your mind and start thinking more happier thoughts, more positive thoughts. And I promise you, you will see everything change in the physical before your eyes, but you have to start doing the spiritual work first, because you do know that pretty much everything that we experience is 9 times out of 10 spiritual. You know, all the battles that you fight, that's why you have so much spiritual warfare. If you learn how to fight in the spirit just as hard as you fight in the spirit and in the physical, then you will see a lot of things in your physical, in your 3D change, you know, and it would change for the better. But you have to be in control of your own thoughts. You have to get out of the stinking thinking. You have to stop letting people speak negative things over you, and you have to stop receiving that stuff in your spirit. Because anytime somebody tell you something negative or try to knock you down or tell you something that you can't do, baby, I will rebuke that stuff so fast. No, I don't receive that. No, I don't believe it. I don't receive it. So therefore it cannot take root. Okay. If you don't believe something and you don't accept the things that people speak over you or the things that people say to you, then it cannot take root and it will not bear fruit. Okay. So start debunking all that stuff and start rebuking all that stuff, you know, and praying on it and rebuke those people. Because if you have people in your circle that's helping you self-sabotage, you know, and when I say helping you self-sabotage, if they keeping you in a lower vibration and in your lower nature, meaning if you are moving based off of, I'm gonna say lust, and moving off of greed and moving off of envy and jealousy, you know, because you do have those people that come around you that all they want to do is talk about the you know, stuff that somebody else have, what somebody else doing or what somebody else not doing, or who gonna get this, who not gonna get that. And you know what I'm saying? You just have bitter people. And if you keep surrounding yourself with those people, you are gonna find yourself having some of the same thoughts, having some of the same jealousy. You be mad at people and jealous of people that you barely even know just because so-and-so is. Start removing those people from out of your energy and out of your circle, okay? Start surrounding yourself with people who are already in the rooms that you are trying to get in. But all of that is gonna come from you reprogramming and changing your thought process. Okay, you're gonna have to do that. And when you get into a relationship, when I say by self-sabotage, some of us have really had blessings sent to us, you know, and because we feel like we're not worthy of it, or because we feel like that person gonna do like the last person did, we end up self-sabotaging. I've seen men do this all the time. They so scared that the woman maybe gonna cheat on them that they start cheating and don't even realize that maybe this person was sent by God to help heal you, to help heal your traumas, you know, and to show you something better, to show you that there are good women out there. And the same way with women, you know, they do the same thing with men, because you're so used to being cheated on and so used to people, you know what I'm saying, having one up on you, that you try to beat the person to the punch. You try to beat the man to the punch, and you don't give him a fair chance because you think all men are dogs and all men gonna cheat. And then before you know it, you really didn't self-sabotage and mess up the blessing that God had for you, that God sent to you. You know, some people are natural healers, especially, you know, some women, especially once you start waking up and you start tapping into your divinity and you start, you know what I'm saying, tapping into your God-like wisdom and spirit, then you will know that we are empathetic people and we are the chosen ones, and we are here to help heal, you know, mankind, and to lift the vibrations of mankind, right? We are here to keep the balance and restore the balance. And that's what the divine feminine does, help restore the balance. So you need to start tapping into your divinity as well. And so you can go ahead and walk your destiny out. Start giving people a fair chance. Stop thinking that everybody are just the same. Stop, you know what I'm saying, self-sabotaging the blessings that are in front of you. We do that all the time in relationships. I've seen so many relationships and marriages mess up because maybe this person thought that one was cheating, so they gonna cheat, or that person thought that one was cheating, so they gonna cheat. We have to stop doing it. And when you do that, that's because it's some things in you that's still broken from previous relationships, previous marriages, you know what I'm saying, previous childhood things or whatever. And you have so many abandonment issues that you think everybody's gonna do you the same way. When you start wanting better for yourself and you start knowing that you deserve better, then you are going to attract better, and you are going to be more open to receive better, because you're going to know for a fact that you deserve that. When you sit there and just accept anything from people and let people do you any kind of way, then you're pretty much telling the universe, this is all I'm worth. This is all I deserve. I don't deserve nothing else. I don't deserve nothing no better. You know why? Because you haven't tried to rectify the situation. You haven't tried to cut that cord attachment or get away from people that you know don't mean you no good, right? Start lifting your vibrations, right? If you want more, then you need to start embodying it and becoming more yourself. Like I always say, be a better friend, be a better cousin, be a better husband, be a better wife, be a better sibling, you know, because you can't expect for all this good stuff to come to you if it's something in you that is still bitter and is still holding on to past traumas, and you're still angry about so much stuff. Okay, stop self-sabotaging, even with your friendships, even platonic. I see women all the time get into it because maybe this person told her something, and then she went back and told everybody else, or she, what I'm saying, just don't know how to be a good friend. But you don't want to be a good friend because maybe of something that was done to you. Y'all need to get out of that. We all need to get out of that. We need to give everybody a clean slate and start giving everybody a fair chance. I'm not saying ignore your intuition, because if you start feeling like some stuff is not right and this person is just doing you dirty, then heck no, you ain't supposed to hold on to them. You're supposed to remove them from your energy. But what I'm saying is, some of us miss out on good people because we are not healed, and because we are holding on to baggage from the last relationships, from, what I'm saying, or past family drama. I want y'all to stop doing that and do a cleansing and do a healing. That way you will know and you will be ready to receive when God sends somebody good into your life, or when he sends that that opportunity or that job that you've been praying for. I want you to start clearing out those energy, and maybe start praying on it. Do a fast on it if you have to. But that way you can come into alignment with the things that you truly, truly desire, and that way you can ask God to heal you from a lot of stuff. That way you can be a better person and show up different in this world, and you won't have to be moving off of hurt yourself. Okay. So that's my message for today. I just want everybody to get in the space of knowing that whatever control the mind, control the man. So if you're still holding on to stuff from last year and the year before that or whatever, that's what's gonna play a big part in whatever decision you're making today. So you need to be truly healed and realize that happiness comes from within. When you heal totally and you start embodying happiness and you start embodying peace, then you will really attract the people that are meant to be around you. And the people that are meant to be with you are gonna stay. They're not gonna bail out on you when shit goes sour, shit go wrong. You understand what I'm saying? And people will tell you when you are wrong. They're gonna hold you accountable, and you need to start holding yourself accountable. And you need to start, saying I'm sorry and apologizing when you know that you fucked up. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say to y'all tonight. But I want y'all to all get into a space of knowing that you are worthy of certain things, and knowing that you really can attract everything that you desire. And if you want that relationship that's evenly yoked, then start hanging around like-minded people, start clearing out that junk within you, and stop self-sabotaging. Stop thinking that you don't deserve more than what it is that you see in front of you. Okay, because we all deserve a hell of a lot more. I'm going get everything that the universe has for me, because I'm ready to receive, and I've come into alignment with the people and the places and the things and the opportunities that I'm supposed to come into alignment with. I'm already walking in my divinity, so I want y'all to do the same. Okay, so that's all I have for you tonight. I will see you next time, and thank you for tuning in to the Urban Bread Podcast, Birth of a Nation. Peace to y'all. One love.